"You donkey." It's a phrase we hear almost every day, and it is usually tied to the image of this patient creature that has accompanied humanity for thousands of years. In popular culture and folklore around the world, the donkey has become a universal symbol of stupidity, slow-wittedness, and stubbornness. But slow-wittedness and stubbornness. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, is the donkey actually stupid? Or are we the ones who have failed to understand the language of its intelligence? Today we are going to dive deep into the world of this misunderstood animal to discover that what we call stupidity is actually a highly evolved survival mechanism. You might be surprised to find that the donkey is often much smarter than the horse, the very animal we constantly praise for its grace and wit. Let's start with the root of the story. Why did the reputation of being dumb stick to the donkey in the first place? The main reason is that famous stubbornness. When a donkey decides to stop suddenly in the middle of a path and refuses to move, no matter how much you yell or push, we interpret it as a lack of understanding. However, science has a completely different take. When a horse gets scared, its instinct drives it to immediate flight. It just runs. But the donkey's original environment consisted of rugged mountains and steep cliffs. In such a amount of way blindly meant falling to your death. Therefore, the donkey developed a completely different response, which is to freeze in place to think and analyze. When a donkey stops, When a donkey stops, it isn't defying you. It is analyzing the situation and asking itself, is this path safe? Is this load more than I can handle? The donkey possesses a self-preservation instinct that far exceeds most other domesticated animals. As humans, we tend to love animals that obey us without question, and we label that as intelligence. A horse, for example, might run into a fire if you direct it to do so. That is ultimate loyalty, but it isn't necessarily logical intelligence. A donkey, on the other hand, if it senses a threat to its life, will simply say, "Go by yourself." Animal behaviorists suggest that training a donkey is actually harder than training a horse. Not because they're slow, but because they need to be convinced by you first. You must build a strong relationship of trust. If a donkey doesn't see a logical reason to perform a task, it simply won't do it. This is, in fact, a form of critical thinking that we rarely see in other creatures. When it comes to memory, the donkey is truly exceptional. Did you know that a donkey can remember a path it took only once for many years? Their spatial memory is incredible and far exceeds our expectations. In recent studies conducted in the United Kingdom, it was found that donkeys have the ability to solve complex puzzles to reach food at a level comparable to dogs and even dolphins. They are also highly social beings with a complex communication system. Their bray is a specific frequency designed to travel for miles across vast deserts, and they can recognize their herd members and even the humans who treated them well after being apart for years. Wow, and even the humans who treated them well after being apart for years. There is also a hidden side to the donkey that you might not know. Its role as a brave guardian. On large ranches in the United States and Australia, donkeys are often used as livestock guards. The reason is that donkeys are not afraid of coyotes or wolves like sheep are. Instead of running away, the donkey goes on the attack, using its powerful kicks and teeth while making loud sounds to warn the rest of the herd. The animal we describe as stupid is actually the one protecting the others. It possesses a courage born from a complete awareness of its physical abilities and a high level of environmental perception. In conclusion, it seems we have judged the donkey unfairly for a long time because we measured its intelligence by our own narrow human standards or by how much it submits to our will. The donkey is not stupid. It is a fiercely independent animal. It is a creature that thinks before it steps, values its safety above all else, and possesses a memory that most animals would envy. Perhaps it is time to change that old stereotype. The next time you see a donkey, remember that you are looking at a survivor that thrived in the harshest conditions of nature thanks to its caution and wit, not because of blind obedience. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mind of this misunderstood creature, and we hope this information has changed your perspective, even if just a little.